The men appeared. The men appeared just as the afternoon sky was turning to dusk. They were armed with carbines with cartridge belts across their chests. There were about 20 of them. Pedro Paramo invited them to dinner. They sat around the table in silence and without removing their sombreros. The only noise they made came as they drank their chocolate and chewed down one tortilla after another together with the beans they were served. Pedro Paramo looked on. None of the faces seemed familiar. Alticuate stood behind him, waiting in the shadows. Señores, he called out when he saw they had finished eating. What else can I do for you? This all belongs to you? One of them asked while waving his hand. But he was interrupted by another. I'll do the talking here. Fine, what can I do for you? Pedro Paramo asked again. As you can see, we've taken up arms. And that's all. You think it's nothing? For what reason exactly? Because others have done the same thing, or haven't you heard? Just wait a bit till we get instructions. Then we'll let you know what our cause is. Until then, we'll hang out here. I know what our cause is, said another, and if you want, I'll explain it to you. We've rebelled against the government and against your kind because we're tired of putting up with you. Against the government for being corrupt and against you all for being a filthy bunch of freeloaders and thieves. And I'm not going to say anything more about our esteemed government since what we've got to say to them we'll say at the point of a gun. How much do you need for your revolution? Pedro Paramo asked. Perhaps I could help. The gentleman here makes some sense. Perseverancio. So I guess that's his name, Perseverance. I guess revolutionary name. So someone's speaking right here. The gentleman here makes some sense. Perseverancio. Perhaps you should hold your tongue. It might be good to have a rich friend who could help us out. And who better than this senor right here? And who better than this senor right here? What do you think, Casildo? How much would we use? Or how much could we use? Maybe he should hand over whatever he feels is best out of the goodness of his heart. This guy wouldn't give water to a man dying of thirst. I say we make the most of being here now and pilfer everything he's got, right down to the tortillas he shoved down his dirty little gullet. Settle down, Perseverancio. Honey catches more flies than vinegar. Maybe we can come to an agreement. What do you say, Casildo? Well, thinking on it, I'd say 20,000 pesos would be a good start. What do the rest of you think? Or maybe the señor considers a small change, seeing how he's so excited to lend a hand. Or maybe the señor considers that small change, seeing how he's so excited to lend a hand. So why don't we say 50,000? How does that sound? I'll give you 100,000 pesos, Pedro Paramo said. How many of you are here? Or how many of you are there? About 300. Well then, I'm going to give you another 300 men to strengthen your contingent. You'll have both the men and the money within a week. The money's a gift. The men are on loan. Send them back this way when you're done with them. Do we have a deal? I don't see why not. Then we'll see you in a week, señores. It's been a pleasure. Okay then, said the last one to leave. Just know, if you don't come through, you'll be hearing from Perseverancio, and that's me. Pedro Paramo saw him off with a handshake. So they made a deal for some men and some money. And these revolutionaries who turned on the government. So just kind of sucks how they killed Furgo.